Hello, welcome to Encore. I'm Rochelle Harrison-Pless. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on this week's music show.
Now that I am sober, I take back what I said.
Exploding onto the music scene with a style she dubs psycho-acoustic soul. Alternative R&B up-and-comer Mahalia talks to me about her sound, her songwriting, and working with pop heavyweights like Ed Sheeran. She's a rising star on the UK's alternative R&B scene. 20-year-old singer-songwriter Mahalia has racked up more than 9 million views on YouTube for her breakout single Sober. Her brand of modern soul has a strong 90s flavour and poignant lyrics showcasing an emotional depth way beyond her years. Mahalia takes the stage at this week's Printemps de Bourges festival here in France and is also gearing up for her second sold-out Paris gig in the space of just a few weeks. I recently sat down with Mahalia. Take a look.
I've never been religious. Instead, my mama showered me in kisses.
Mahalia,
yes.
Thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you for having me.
You've described your sound as psycho-acoustic soul.
Yeah.
How does psycho come into it? I'm intrigued.
I think so I've kind of always said that, and I think psycho has, for me, is there purely because I feel like my way of speaking and my lyrics can always be like a little bit weird, and like I'm from Leicester.
Weird how?
Well, just kind of like I feel like I have like an odd way of saying things. Maybe it's just that I'm a bit weird.
As a child, she was always pretty bright, never bitching with the girls or getting into fights. There was something in her head and there was something in her mind. There was something going round. There was something burning bright. This don't matter to me, so now be on TV.
There's a story that Ed Sheeran helped kickstart your career thanks to a tweet that he posted. What's the story there?
It was purely like I was a 12-year-old kid wanting to meet an artist that really inspired me. And so my mum took me to loads of gigs. She took me to festivals and then ended up meeting somebody who knew him. I started writing with that woman. Her name's Amy Ward. She's amazing. And she took me to meet Ed at a gig in Wolverhampton. And by the time that I'd left the show, all freaked out that I'd just meeting him, got on in the car, and I was on the way home, he tweeted.
You started out when you were very young. You signed a record deal at 13.
Yeah.
You wrote your first song at age 8.
Yeah.
Do you remember that very first composition?
I do. It was called My Angel, and my brothers have never let me live it down. Never.
Why?
It was just so bad. It was just one of those songs that you just don't really like. Sometimes at Christmas or like on birthdays, if we're all together, they'll like come over and just go in my ear, my angel, and I'm just like, oh no. But yeah, first composition was pretty bad.
Well, silly girl, why be such a mean girl? Don't be gel, be ring girl. Silly girl, thought you were a friend, girl.
Your music deals with very real themes and issues. Songs like Silly Girl made me really sit up and concentrate on the lyrics and listen to the lyrics. How important is it for you, for your music, to be brutally honest?
Oh, so important. I think that is the thing for me that I always hold really close, and I'm like, you know, the day that somebody feels like I'm not being honest in my music, I'll feel like I've done something wrong, because I think that's kind of all I stand for.
I read in the paper a little boy took his life, and on my newsfeed later, a young girl rests in paradise.
Now, the inspiration for your song Sober was a drunk text that you sent to your ex. Can you tell us about that? And do your friends now, do they have to sort of wrestle your phone off of you when you guys go out? So, no, Mahalia, stay away from the phone.
They have to take the phone and put it in their bag, because I'm like, I don't know how it happens, but I'm just like, I'm a pro at drunk texting. Like, I'm amazing. Sober was actually, I was definitely...
Not sober.
No, not at all.
Definitely not sober.
But I was definitely in a lot of pain before I wrote that song. And I think I'd just come out of a breakup and I was really hurting. So I started drinking, I started texting this guy and calling him every time I was drunk.
Now that I am sober, I take back what I said. I'm sitting with this love hangover, and boy, it's hurting my head. It's the middle of October, and we just came to an end.
A painful time in your life, but you got a great song out of it.
Got such a good song, and it feels so good because he is so far gone now.
Does he know that you wrote this song about him? Did he contact you again and say, oh, hey, I saw you wrote that?
He didn't contact me directly. He contacted a friend of mine, and it came back to me.
When you think about how you want your music career to evolve, what do you imagine or hope for yourself?
Wow, a big question. Since sober, it's just been the biggest whirlwind ever, and it's been more love than I could ever imagine. But I don't know, I think, you know, I'm really happy now, which is really funny because prior to that I wasn't, and I think now I'm in a place where I'm like, God, like if I could stay this happy and do this work, then that for me is success.
I'm guessing that there's an album on the way. Yes. What can we expect from this debut disc?
I remember when you loved me. I remember when you made me cups of tea, and I remember how scared you were when you met my family.
I don't really have a date or a time, but I can feel it and it's coming. But just,
you know, it's in you.
Yeah, loads more honesty, loads more psycho, loads more, yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Well, there you have it, Psycho Honesty from Mahalia. Mahalia, we're really looking forward to hearing the rest of it.
Awesome.
Well, from an up-and-coming R&B star to a bona fide pop diva, Ariana Grande has dropped her first single since the deadly terror attack outside her concert in Manchester last year, when 22 people lost their lives. The upbeat comeback song is called No Tears Left to Cry. What starts as a gospel-tinged ballad quickly transforms into an uplifting dance number, no doubt destined for the top of the charts. The message, meanwhile, is one of defiance, the young singer moving on in the wake of a tragedy, turning a page on mourning and reflection. Ariana Grande there with No Tears Left to Cry. Next, country music legend Willie Nelson blows out the candles this week, celebrating his 85th birthday. Now, to mark the milestone, he's releasing album number 67. Last Man Standing deals with mortality and aging, yet the veteran musician shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. On the title track, he sings, "I don't want to be the last man standing. On second thought, maybe I do." Take a listen now to Something You Get Through.
It's just a thing we get to do. Life goes on, and when it's gone, it lives in someone new. It's not something you get over, but it's something you get through.
Willie Nelson still going strong. And finally, French beatmaker Mythsizer teams up with some of the biggest names in French rap for his debut album Bisous. Dog Gynéco and Joker are just a couple of the powerhouse MCs gracing the record with their rhymes and flow. The latest track, Sans Toi, which translates to Without You, is a smooth, slinky groove featuring Belgian rapper Hamza. We'll leave you with a clip. Meanwhile, catch up with past music shows on our website and stay in touch on social media. Keep it right here on France 24. Lots more news coming up.
Bébé, faut qu'on avance dans le même sens. Si tu veux qu'on soit ensemble, toi et moi, 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 toi et moi. On se retrouvait dehors, on faisait du corps à corps. La pluie tombait sur toi, j'en rêve encore parfois. De toute façon, j'ai plus le temps, t'as choisi